Welcome back. I'm Gretchen Giles and I'm joined by Philip Lindsay of rancidbacon.com and SparkFun Electronics. Philip has done a couple of wonderful tutorials here at OSCON 2011 about the Arduino, and when I asked editor Brian Jepson who the person was that he most wanted to see at this OSCON, he said Philip Lindsay. So I thought, well, that's wicked. Let's interview Philip Lindsay. And Philip brought some show and tell, so he's actually going to show us a little bit about what you do with the Arduino and why it's so cool.
Why it's so cool.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Why the heck is it so cool?
So to start with, this here is the Arduino board. It's an electronic prototyping platform. It was created in Italy by some design professors. And the goal with it is to make it easy to get started for non-technical people to create interactive works. So
it came out of the art world, didn't it? It was for sculptors, right? You wanted to make kinetic works.
Exactly.
I love that it came from the art world and moved to the tech space instead of the other direction. It's so fascinating.
The goal with it was to have something that was the cost of a pizza to replace, so there wasn't this fear of, oh, what happens if I break it? I can't eat for a month. After that, software people got involved with it, and they were like, hey, I've always wanted to play with hardware. This makes the problem 90% software and 10% hardware. I can actually kind of do something with that, and I got into it about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
So the idea is that with this demonstration, a couple of months ago in May, Google announced that they would provide a way for people to create their own accessories for Android.
Right.
So an Android phone like the Nexus 1 could be connected to an Arduino board which had some specific functionality, and then you could create your own accessories. So this particular one is called the dual display, and we can apply some power, and then we can plug in our phone. Now the logic behind this is whenever you're playing games on your phone, you lose track of the time because it's a full screen game.
Eventually you lose your job, drop out of school.
Exactly, So you want to keep an eye on the time that you're using, and you want to find out if people are texting you, who it is that's texting you. So we can start our application up, which I prefer to use as Scooter Hero, which is a game of the moment. And so once we've plugged it in, it shows us the time on the display, and then also who it was that sent us our text message, so we can decide whether or not we want to reply.
So can you read the message itself too?
At the moment, that's a feature for the next version.
Oh, okay, for the next version. Very cool.
And so then the other item I've got here is one of the issues with developing on Android is that you've got to have a lot of knowledge to kind of get started. And so with people coming from the Arduino world where they might have just started with the Arduino, they don't have the background to understand how to get started with Java and things like that. So I also created something else called Handbag, which is a project that makes it easy to accessorize your phone, hence why it's called Handbag.
Okay.
And so instead of having to write an application for your phone, you can just write a sketch for your Arduino which describes the particular user interface that you want to appear on your phone. So again, we can plug this in and give us our display. So when we first plug it in, it will give us a little scrolling display.
Okay.
And we might say, hey, we want to change the message on this, but there's no way to change it like this, so then that's when we can plug in our phone. So when we plug in the phone, the Handbag application appears, and this user interface has been described from here, and when you plug it in, it sends it to the phone and says, hey, this is what I want you to display. So then we can turn the scrolling on and off. So we'll press the button, and that message will go down to the phone and say, hey, the button was pressed, you should do something. And then we can also modify the message just using the standard on-screen keyboard. And now our message has changed to be hello viewers.
Hello viewers. Cool. That's very fun.
So yeah, that's Handbag.
Yeah, very neat.
So
what's the next one you want to do? What are you thinking about?
That's top secret for the moment.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Cool. I really glad I got a chance to talk to you, Philip.
Thanks, Gretchen.